What's going on YouTube? What do you go here? And I realize I've been making a lot of videos. After Nationals, there's just so little content to make, so I kind of decided, it wasn't worth it. But with the ban list around the corner, everyone's throwing out their own ban lists. I thought I'd share my own ban list, to see what people thought. I feel like my ban list is pretty good. I'm not saying it's perfect, but if you guys have any suggestions on what you guys would do different with this band list, go ahead and let me know. So I'm going to start with the band. First is Wind Up Hunter. With Wind Up Hunter gone, people will stop bitching about wind ups looping their hand, and it'll give no excuse for you to lose against wind ups other than they had Heavy Storm, Dark Hold, and they looped and OTK'd you, didn't have Gores. Hunter will make windups a tier 2, like tier 1.5, tier 2. Windups will still be playable, except they won't be a hand looping deck. It will just make it so that they just spam the field with Exceeds. They can play a slow control game. I think that will be good for the game and overall just slow windups. Second is Future Fusion. Future Fusion is obvious derp. That card needs to go. It's making dragons broken. I feel that it will slow the deck down. Excuse me. It's just Future Fusion. It was either that or Five-Headed. Five-Headed isn't the problem. Plus, Future Fusion Gone will take away any decks that will possibly have a crazy Future Fusion Future Fusion combo. I know there was one last year with Escuardo and all that stuff in the OCG. So it'll hit a lot of decks. It's a card that you can't play around, so that's what makes the game good, is that the format's just a bunch of cards you have to play around. Second is Pot of Avarice. This card on its own is just honestly ridiculous. I don't understand why it hasn't been banned a while ago. It wasn't so bad a year ago when Plants were playing 2, but right now it's really bad because that's what's putting people in the game. That's what's keeping people out of the game. Is because I know a lot of people on Nationals who lost to windups with no cards in hand, and they lost to Top Deck Avarice into Tour Guide Loop. So Avarice is just impossible to play around. On its own, it's a 1-card engine, so that's honestly a little ridiculous. So I think that card needs to go. BLS, I think that card needs to be banned. Why it came off the why it came off the ban list is beyond me. It's a 3,000 drop, swing twice, arm your arm OTKs, banish any monster. It shouldn't have come off the ban list. That was just a rookie mistake by Konami. Onto limited. The first card needs to be Evilzar Lagia. A lot of people saying Rescue Rabbit, but it's not Rescue Rabbit. That's a problem. It Exceeds. This will also shut down. It'll shut down Evilzars. It will not necessarily shut them down, but slow them down. Because if you can just get rid of one Lagia, then that'll be fine. Because once you get past the second Lagia, it's just Dolkas, and you can deal with Dolkas. Second is Inzektor Centipede. A lot of people disagree with this. People say Dragonfly is a problem. But if you think about it, half the time when you're losing to Inzektors, it's when they OTK with Sword. And the OTK always goes Dragonfly, Sword, Hornet, and they get double Centipede. If you limit down one Centipede, the OTK stops right there. They're forced to get a Centipede and a Hopper, then Centipede pop, and then the OTK just really slows down, because then you'll have to get 2 more Hoppers, and honestly Centipede's just ridiculous. It's a 16 body, it pops a card and searches a card to your hand, and the card it searches is an OTK material card, so just take that in consideration when you're thinking about Dragonfly or Centipede. I think Centipede's the problem here. Second is Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. That card also is a huge problem. I think that it will, not only will it stop Chaos Dragons, but also stop Heretics when they get Gustav Max. So then it's pretty much impossible for them to make Gustav Max now, and it'll kind of humble the deck down. Fourth really is Trishula. I think that card was I think it was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think Trishula needs to come off the ban list. I think it needs to go back to 1. There's really no deck that I can use now. Maybe Atlanteans when they come out, but I think it should come back. I don't see why it should stay there. I think Spore should come back. Shout out to Mega Capital G for I watched his ban list and I agreed on a lot of stuff. And I agree with Spore. If you bring back Spore, then you're forced to play Lone Fire. Because Glow Bulb was broken because it's like, okay, I'm going to use it, I'm going to mill card use it. It's like it's a free tuner that you use 2 times. Spore, there's a cost and there's a condition that needs to be met. So I think Spore needs to come back. Battle Fader. I put Battle Fader there because I feel like it'll stop all the stall decks. It'll stop Final Countdown, it'll stop Chain Burn. So I think putting Battle Fader 1 will kind of just like not rid the game of stall decks, but will kind of not make them as